Hey, hey, hey! Guess what, guys? It's giveaway time. 300 subscribers. So watch to the end of the video for details. So let's get crafting. Now today I'm bringing you 3 DIYs, and this one I call this the gather sign. So here I have one of those gather sign from the Dollar Tree, as well as one of their Decor plaques. I think that's what it's called. And I'm just going to be removing the tag or the hanging tag from the sign. And then after I did that, I gave it 2 good coats of Apple Barrel's acrylic white paint. And here we have the sign all painted. So now I'm going in with my ruler just to give me the distance of where I need to put my tape. And I'm just putting down some painter's tape, sectioning off the areas that I'm going to be painting, and also adding just a little bit more at the top so as not to get paint there. So now I decided to go again with some Apple Barrel black acrylic paint, and I gave that 2 coats and made sure that it dried properly. And here we have our sign. Now I wanted to go even further, so I took my pencil and I just cut the top of the eraser off, and I'm going to use that as a dapper to just dap some black spots on the top area. And when I got all of that done, I went in with a fine tip brush just to fill in those dots and make them more pronounced. And now I'm going to be working on this, I'm going to call this the base of the sign, and I gave that 2 coats of the Apple Barrel acrylic paint as well, and made sure that dried properly also. And here we have this all dried. So I had these little sticker letters from the Dollar Tree, and I am using Waverly black ink paint, and I am just painting over the words. I only had 1 T, so I did together, or what you call it, gather. So I painted those letters black, and then I went over with some Mod Podge, and you can use any Mod Podge. I use a dishwasher safe for this one, but you can use any one. And here the stand is all dried. I'm just measuring the distance of where I want to start the letters. And because I only had 1 T, I had to draw in the other. So here I am just placing the letters on. So guys, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for stopping by. To my subscribers, you are awesome. And for those visiting my channel for the first time, thank you so much for stopping. Now listen to the rules of the giveaway coming up. You don't want to miss this. So hang around and you'll see what I have in store for my 300 celebration. Yay! All right, get back to it. Alright, so I took some paint, black paint, with my paintbrush, and I'm just splattering some little finer dots onto the stand, and that's just to take out the starkness of the white. And then I went in, just to make sure it was dried properly, I went in with my heat gun to dry that, and now I am just applying some more of that Mod Podge. Mod Podge. I'm also applying some of the Mod Podge to the gather sign, and that's just sealing in everything, all of the paint that I did before, and just sealing that in and then drying with the heat gun. Now you can leave yours to dry naturally. Because I wanted to do everything in one sitting, I'm just using the heat gun. Now I wasn't liking how the back was looking, so I decided to sand it off and apply some Waverly Antique wax. And guys, I tell you, this wax is so how should I put it, so favorable. Let's use that word, favorable. It will work on anything you apply to. So once I got that done, I'm now I cut down skewer and painted those white and just glue them onto the back of the sign, and that is just to help it to stand up and not fall off, although I'm going to be gluing it on. So I glued the sign on and we are done with that. Now I wanted to just add something else to that side that was left all bare. So I took some of this polka dot ribbon. I believe I got this from the Dollar Tree, I believe. And I just made a small bow, tied that with some jute and glued it on, and we're done. So now it's time for this sign. This sign, I got this from the Dollar Tree. I was not liking how the font that the word was in, and I just decided to repaint it. So I just added a little heat, not too much because you don't want to melt the wreath, and took that off and just sanded it down. And once I sanded it down, I used a piece of wet napkin and just wiped that off. And I am taking a piece of the painter's tape to cover the black section. At first I thought of painting it over, but then I said no, because I liked the weathered look of the black border. So I just covered it so as not to get any paint on there. I also took a piece of the tape and just to cover down the hanger so it didn't get into my way when I was painting. Now I'm going back in with some of the Apple Barrel acrylic white paint, and I gave that 2 coats as I dried as I go along, because I wanted to get this done in one sitting, and the paint was so stark. That love word you can see still showing through. I had to give it, I believe I gave maybe 2 or 3 coats just to get it all covered. And then of course dried it again, and when it was dried properly, I'm now sanding it down just to take off a bit of the starkness of the white. And then I decided to go in with black using that same acrylic black paint. I took a dried chip brush and just lightly brushed some of that onto there just to give it that weathered look. And then I removed the tape from the border, and now I am ready to decorate. Here I had these skewers from another project. Long before I started my channel, I had made a wall art, and somehow it fell down and broke to pieces, so I decided to keep the skewers. So I'm just painting them black with some paint, black paint, because as you can see, the theme is gonna be black and white for this video. And once I painted that and was satisfied with what I wanted, I dried it with the heat gun. And then now I am just measuring, because I'm going to be putting on the word home, not love, home. So I'm just measuring the distance. And guys, I must apologize for the quality of this video. I was so upset. I had to go through so many hoops just to recover this portion of the video. I did it on my iPhone and then tried to transfer it, and I had to ask my husband to rescue me please. So this is what I had. I just could not complete this video without this part of it, so I apologize for the quality of this. So what I did, I just cut down the skewers. Like you saw, I measured the distance of where I wanted to place the letters, cut down the skewers, and now I am just gluing them on. I used my miter shear to cut down the letters, but you can use scissors, anything that will allow you to cut the skewer properly without cracking it. You can use that, but the miter shear worked perfectly. I love this little tool. In my description box below, you can see all the items that I use in my projects listed there. If you're interested, you can go ahead and grab them from Amazon, because I got this on Amazon. So back to the video. So here I am just using the miter shear to cut down the skewer, and then I took some of the black paint just to cover the ends that were left bare. Now for the middle piece on the M, I had to cut that at 45-degree angle on both ends just to get them to fit in the inside. And after that, I went in with some wood glue just to secure them down, and then over it, all of it with some Mod Podge again. So here I just dried off the surface where I was gonna put back the wreath, put down a lot of hot glue there, glued it back on, and then made a small bow with my buffalo check ribbon and glued that in the middle. And I thought, this needs a pop of red somewhere. So I got this bunch of berries, wild berries from the Dollar Tree, and I just snipped off 3 of them, glued them on, and this sign is done. I decided afterwards to fold in the hanger just so it doesn't show that much. Now guys, we're here. Now these are my journals on Amazon. I will be giving away these 2 journals to 1 lucky subscriber. So be sure to comment down below. You're gonna let me know which of these 3 projects is your favorite, as well as the secret word in your comment, so you can be entered in for the giveaway. Now you have to watch to the end of the video in order to get that secret word. Okay, so let's jump into the final DIY for this video. So here I have this set of 4 plastic cups from the Dollar Tree and this set of 12 cups from the Dollar Tree as well. So I'm just removing 2 of them, and I just took my fix-it-all glue as well as some hot glue and glued on the transparent one to the top, as you can see, for both. And then I took them outside and gave them 2 coats of Rust-Oleum gloss black. No, I lost the clip for that portion. Here we have them. Now these are basically done. You can use them to put flowers. So I just took some of the buffalo check ribbon, made 2 bows, and then I wrapped a piece around each of the stand. I'm gonna call them stand or vase. Wrap a piece around each of them. And then glue the bows on. And now we're ready to decorate. Now I decided to use them as stands for just to add some floral. So I'm just adding a piece of floral foam to each. And then I just took some boxwood pick that I had and placed those on the inside, and we're done. Now guys, I appreciate you watching to the end. Be sure to like, share, and if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe to my channel, and make sure to enter your comment below which one was your favorite, and your secret word is get to 500. All right. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy videos like this, be sure to watch this video or this playlist. Until we catch each other next time. Bye.